Hey, Fairweather fans, we're back after week 2 and a bunch of injuries. So we're going to go over some waiver wire pickups you should be targeting, and then going through stardom situms, and then going through our bets. But first, I want to ask Pete how trusting Mitchell Trubisky worked out for him and how those push-ups were. What a beautiful day to get our training on in fake football. We'll start off with some push-ups and end with some push-ups. This is what happens when you have faith in Mitchell Trubisky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Not sure. Those are far enough.
I cannot go far in this. What am I at, 40?
Oh, you weren't counting?
I'm at 20.
Okay.
About to die.
Get those big arms.
Oh, man. Well, my arms still haven't recovered, honestly. I haven't done 50 push-ups in a while. But you guys can check out that form on this video coming up. But, yeah, I thought I was gold, though. He had 2 touchdown passes in, the first quarter? I'm like, I got this.
In the first quarter, yeah. One was a dump-off, but can't be trusting him to throw another one after that.
Yeah, I was reaching.
Definitely reaching. Moving on to waiver wire pickups, because we don't want to focus too much on your arms, probably dead. I think to bypass the running backs real quick, I was very impressed with Drew Sample on Thursday night. With CJ going down, not going to be playing the rest of the year, Sample was targeted 10 times. And I don't think that's an outlier.
No.
I think he's going to be targeted a lot.
Every time I looked up, I was going to Drew Sample, and I was like, I had to Google who this guy was. I was like, who is this? But yeah, he looked good out there. I'd definitely pick him up if you're thin at tight end. Yeah, that's a good pickup. One of my tight ends, I like Dalton Schultz. That guy was crushing it for the Cowboys. He had 10 targets too. He had a touchdown. I like picking up both those guys, honestly, this week.
This week was a tight end week.
It was.
Higbee had 3 touchdowns. That was crazy.
Yeah, there was guys just going off left and right.
Waller
had
15 targets.
Yeah, thought it was 100.
Every time he looked up. I like Drew Sample too to add on to that because AJ Green looked terrible.
Oh yeah, he had 12 targets.
Caught 3 of them?
Caught 3. I heard there was a stat. It was the first time over 50 years the guys had that many targets.
That's
and
insane.
He caught down with 3.
That's insane. I'll give him. There was a couple non-calls on PIs, pretty obvious PIs that didn't get called, but you dropped 12 that's still, you should be catching 6 or 7 of them at least.
Yeah, I just don't think he's the same guy as he was.
No,
he
showed that.
Yeah, he did.
But Burrow will be throwing the ball a lot, so I have trust in Sample. And then I got Mike Davis. Obviously, with Christian McCaffrey going down, you got to target his backup now. He's going to get the touches. He obviously won't do a Christian McCaffrey. Won't do that for you, but he's a plug and play.
If you're a McCaffrey owner, you need to go get Mike Davis. I have him in a dynasty league. I'm spending a lot of my fab cash if your waiver wire's like that. I'm spending 50% of it.
If not, hopefully you're pretty high on that waiver wire.
Yeah. Another guy, running back, Jerick McKinnon. I'm taking him. I mean, Mostert is not going to play. Mild MCL sprain. I think Jerick McKinnon's going to get a lot of work. Him and Jeff Wilson Jr., but McKinnon's the guy you want.
I liked McKinnon before Mostert went down. I thought his stock was kind of rising anyways.
Yeah, he was taking over Tevin Coleman's job. If you have Tevin Coleman,
just drop him.
Just drop him. Just go to Dumpsville. Who's another guy you got?
So, in the Giants Giants' backfield is a mess. They just signed Devontae Freeman, but from what I saw last year, I don't trust that guy. I like Gallman. The problem is I don't think the Giants organization likes Gallman. So I'm targeting him just to see how it plays out. I'm picking him up over anybody else there, but that's my target.
Yeah, if you have Saquon, I mean, you got to take one of these guys, but oh my gosh, that's tough. Deion Lewis, Gallman, now Devontae Freeman, like they gave him $3 million, so like he's gonna be involved. I feel like it's just a mess in that backfield.
He will be involved. It's just whatever he's gonna do with it. I don't have any faith in him doing much with it.
Yeah, that's just a tough situation over there. Another guy, running back, I'd like Darrell Henderson. Like that guy had a good game last week. Malcolm Brown broke his finger. Cam Akers has like loose cartilage in his ribs.
Yeah.
So I think Darrell Henderson's gonna lead the way at least this week.
He will. He had a good game. Again, last year when he played,
Yeah.
I was not impressed.
No, I wouldn't either.
So,
But
yeah,
I mean,
definitely target him. See what he does. I mean, he's gonna get those touches this coming week. So you can definitely play him this week. I don't know. His floor is probably 5 or 6 points.
yeah. I mean, it could go very badly against Buffalo, but I just feel like you don't have a choice with all these injuries. There's a lot of teams, like a lot of fantasy owners in desperate times right now.
Everyone's scrounging.
Yeah, like it was just it was a crazy week. I've never seen anything like it. So many big names going down. But yeah, is that it for the waiver wire? Or do you
That's all I got. Do you have any more that you really got your eye on?
I mean, would you say he was owned in he was available in 40% of leagues, but if you can get him, get Joshua Kelly.
Oh yeah,
That's the one. That's the guy on here that he has a role for the rest of the year. Like Mike Davis is going to be irrelevant when C-Mac comes back. You know, like Jerick McKinnon, he'll still be a part of it, but Joshua Kelly's getting 20. He got like 23 carries last week.
Yeah, that's a guy I didn't really think about because I drafted him. So
Yeah.
I didn't really think about him being in the waiver wire. But if he is out there, definitely pick him up. He had how many carries?
He had 23. He had more than Austin Eckler. And he's the goal line guy.
And he's goal line guy.
So pick him up. Pick all those guys up.
Joshua Kelly at the very top. Drew Sample, number 2.
Fair enough. Let's go to the stardom situms. Who you got as quarterback?
So, I put Stafford. So Stafford's had kind of a rough start to the season, but no Galladay. Galladay's looks like he's gonna come back this week. So with him back, it helps the offense a ton. I mean, Marvin Jones is going to go against the number 2 corner instead of the number 1. That helps a ton.
Yeah, Marvin Jones he's struggling out there. Like I know
And if no Galladay this weekend, he's going to definitely struggle against Patrick Peterson.
Oh yeah, if no Galladay this weekend, forget what Wong just said.
Stafford's going to struggle another week.
Yeah, no, I like that game to be high scoring, so I like Stafford if Galladay plays.
Throw that caveat out there.
Yeah, it's important.
Very important.
My guy, Big Ben. I like Big Ben at home against Houston. That Houston defense, I just have no respect for. I think they're just gonna get torched all year.
Does that team in general have any respect?
Well, Bill O'Brien he just lost everyone's respect. And I just feel bad for Deshaun Watson because I love the guy, but he has no help out there. So, yeah, start Big Ben. Who's your other guy?
Joe Burrow against the Eagles. So I just like Joe Burrow in fantasy because his defense is just not stopping anything. So he's going to be airing the ball out constantly. He showed what he can do with his legs. I liked some of the throws that he had on Thursday. They looked real nice. I have a lot of faith in Joe Burrow.
No, he shows a lot of poise. Like, he's been impressive. You throw the ball 61 times. gosh. Man, you better put some ice on that shoulder. Like, that's a ton. But, yeah, I think they'll be behind. My boy's actually the guy starting in the game. Guy you love, Carson Wentz.
Oh,
Long hates Carson Wentz, by the way. I just think, like, this is a prove-it week. Like, they have to win this game.
They have to.
If they go 0-3, like, they're done. I don't care how bad that. I mean, the division's bad, so I guess they're not done. But you're gonna hear whispers in Philadelphia like, "Hey, Jalen Hurts need to come in," because Philly's a hard sports city. Like,
I'm surprised that you don't already hear that. Carson Wentz does not look.
He's just looked terrible. So I'm hoping he bounces back this week, but
He has to, because that is the worst defense in the NFL.
It's terrible.
So if he doesn't do well, you have to pull him. You have to put Hurts in.
You heard it here first. Who's the third guy?
Daniel Jones.
Danny Dimes?
Oh,
I want to hear this.
It's not to say he's going to tear up Chicago, obviously. But,
Oh, no, he's playing the Niners.
Huh?
Giants are playing the Niners. Chicago's playing Atlanta.
Oh, okay. That was the reason why then. Man, I messed that up. But yeah, the Niners have all those injuries. That's why I put them down there. Have all those injuries in their defense. No Richard Sherman, no Bosa, no Solomon,
No Saquon, no Sterling Shepard.
yeah, no running back. So you're gonna have to throw the ball.
I think he's going to throw it to the other team.
He's gonna be throwing the ball.
We'll see. I'm just not high on Danny Dimes so far this year. Like, I know his schedule's been brutal.
20 plus points.
I'd take that bet. And then my last boy, Gardner Minshew against Miami. Like, I just don't see how he doesn't get over 20 to 25 points. Playing Thursday night, start Gardner Minshew. The guy's doing work.
He is. He's doing very well. I mean, the first two games he did get off to kind of a rough start, but he's smoothed that out, obviously.
Yeah, and like DJ Chark hadn't done that great yet. He hasn't put up huge numbers.
No.
So like,
He's spreading out the ball pretty well.
yeah, I'll take him.
Robinson is actually doing pretty well, helping him out with the run game too.
That kid's a stud so far this year. Who's your sit-em guys?
Sit-em is Watson. Feel like that's pretty obvious. He has not done well this year. He's a very good quarterback, just no help, like you were saying. And this week he's going against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is just shut down. No
That
way
defense.
I'm starting Deshaun Watson this week.
Yeah, I would actually start Gardner Minshew over Deshaun Watson. Like, I would do that if I had both of them on my roster this week.
For sure.
I know it's hard to do that just because you took Watson pretty high. But, yeah, I hate the matchup. I think that's going to be a blowout. My guy, it's pretty obvious, like, but just don't do it. It's just because this defense is so bad, so people might try to get cute. Do not play Mitchell Trubisky at Atlanta. I know Atlanta's given up a ton of points, but last week they got up 20 in the first quarter. They were, like in the second half, they were playing like a prevent. Like they were giving up a lot of garbage yards to Dak. And then I just see that game being a run. Like I see it being a David Montgomery game. I'm just not playing Mitchell Trubisky.
Lost faith in Mitchell Trubisky, huh?
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Who's your other guy?
Baker Mayfield. I've never been high on Mayfield. This week he's playing Washington. Their defense looks pretty stout. They look pretty good.
Yeah, they do, and it's just like whenever a guy does well like Baker did last week, Cincinnati, and people historically are going to be like, oh, Washington's defense not that good because they haven't been like the last few years.
Right.
But
let's not get caught up in the past.
Yeah, week to week. My guy, my last guy, because I had Watson, so I'm not going to go over him again. But my last guy is Tom Brady at Denver. He just does not play well in Denver. Like if you look at his career, and I just don't see him putting up points. I just see that offense is still not clicking like how I wanted to through the air.
It looked pretty decent this past week.
I mean, Leonard Fournette looked really decent, and Tom Brady gave you like 10 fantasy points last week. So I'm just sitting them until I see it.
I felt like Brady did the same thing last year. So I don't know how it was so hyped up and kind of trailing down now. Oh, it's because he was like winning a lot by his defense. Oh, moving on.
It's Tom Brady.
My last sit-em is Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh, Teddy?
Yeah, I just haven't seen a lot from him. And saw what the Chargers defense did to Patrick Mahomes. So
Chargers defense is good.
if they're doing that to Patrick Mahomes, I'm saying they're doing worse to Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, just sit Teddy. So running backs. My first guy actually plays with Teddy. Austin Eckler. Carolina has the worst, like one of the worst run defenses in the league. I'm playing Eckler this week, and I'd play Joshua Kelly too.
Joshua Kelly is on my start.
Oh, well, there you go.
You can start both of them.
Start
Either one.
both. I think that's just a money matchup.
And then I have Kenyon Drake against Detroit. What Aaron Jones did to Detroit's defense. I mean, Detroit's defense is definitely like bottom 5 right now.
Oh yeah, they're terrible. And Kenyon he's gotten off to a little bit of a slow start. And he tweeted. Did you see his tweet?
No, I missed it.
Yeah, he said, "Tell my fantasy owners that are upset with my performance." He was like, "Don't worry about it. Just drop me and let the other owner enjoy like the winnings." Like he knows. I think Kenyon Drake's having a huge week this week.
He will.
And then I had Kenyon Drake as well. So my last stardom, Jerick McKinnon. We talked about him earlier. Play him against the Giants. I think he's getting 15 minimum PPR points. Like I think he's gonna get a lot of catches. Honestly.
I need a lot of touches in general.
Yeah. Who's your guy?
Fournette.
Leonard. That's a good one.
Yeah, I've sat him the first 2 weeks. I drafted him, and I regretted it last week, but I'm starting him from here on out. That he's gonna be the guy in Tampa. So
yeah, he's definitely the guy. And Leonard Fournette, like people forget, like the guy's talented. Like the guy's a good player. He's not like some bum.
Right. Out of college, he was just a monster. Just in college, he was just literally he would throw people off of him.
Yeah, I think it was more Jacksonville than like Leonard Fournette. That team is not good.
Yeah, Jacksonville and Miami are those spots where
careers go to die.
Yeah. Well, when the players leave, they start doing well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, moving on to the sit-ems, I didn't even put specific players. I went with teams. Nobody on the Giants should be starting. No running back for the Dolphins, and no running backs for the Lions. Those 3 teams should not even be on the radar on running backs.
Yeah, I agree with all that. I just don't want any part of that carousel. Like, I have DeAndre Swift on a team, but I'm not starting him until I see Adrian Peterson go to a nursing home or, like, you know, it is just a headache. And then my 3 guys, Todd Gurley, he looks washed. I saw him last week. I'm not playing against Chicago. He's not even in the game. Like, Brian Hill's getting carries and Ito Smith. I'm like, what is going on?
Just wearing and tearing already. He's getting torn down from the season.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Me too.
Yeah, they need to
It's
load
exhausting.
manage him. Repeat offender from last week, David Johnson. Do not play him at Pittsburgh.
That'd be a hard start, David Johnson.
And then Darrell Henderson. I just do not like him at Buffalo. I just think Buffalo's going to shut down that running game.
So you want people to pick him up off the waiver wire and then not play him?
Well, if you have to play him, I mean, play him. You could do worse, maybe. But, yeah, I'm not personally playing him. Who's your starting receivers?
So the first one I had is actually a duo because I put Diggs, but that should be obvious, and John Brown. So that tandem, if you're not starting them already, you should start one of those guys if they're on your team. They're killing it. Josh Allen is looking good. I just think they're going to consistently do well throughout the season.
They are killing it. And Josh Allen's looking real good. Like, I think that coaching staff is really good in Buffalo. Like, they are, like, playing to his strengths. He's crushing it. My first guy, Tyler Lockett. I love Tyler Lockett against Dallas. I think he's going to play out of the slot a lot. And I saw what CeeDee Lamb did, or not CeeDee Lamb, but Calvin Ridley did to Dallas last week, and Russell Gage. Like, I think Tyler Lockett's having a huge game against Dallas. I'm starting him.
I can definitely see that. And then my last one is Kenny Golladay, if he plays. Like, obviously you're not playing him if he's sitting, but I think he's coming back and he's ready to ball. Like, he's been trying to push to play. He was trying to play last week, so I think he's itching. He's good to go.
Yeah, I love Kenny Golladay. The guy's talent's just off the charts.
Right. Yeah, he's a wide receiver one, so like.
Yeah, if you have him and he's starting, you're just playing him.
Just have to. Doesn't matter who they're playing.
No, I don't. My last guy, Corey Davis. I know we let a lot of people down last week because it was a big Jonnu Smith week, but I think Corey Davis, that Vikings secondary can cover me. Like, people are just running wild around them.
They're not looking good at all.
I like Corey Davis this week. Who's your sit-em?
So my sit-ems, Will Fuller. So.
Oh, had a goose egg last week.
Yeah. So if he has a goose egg last week, don't think he's doing much better against Pittsburgh. Kind of goes, and then my next one kind of goes along with my quarterbacks again. Jarvis Landry against Washington. I don't think Baker Mayfield's doing well, so I don't think Jarvis Landry is going to do well. And then Robert Woods.
Yeah, he had a rough game last week too. Yeah, you just think Buffalo's going to shut him down, huh?
Yes.
It probably will.
It just and also like their corners are so good.
Tre'Davious White's an animal.
If White,
shadows him,
yeah, he
might
not get a catch.
It's going to be a long day for Robert Woods. My three guys, AJ Green, like you said, or we talked about. I'm done with AJ Green.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
I'm not playing him at Philly. I don't care. Like, I just
at this point, you're just hoping for a big game from AJ Green just to bait him to trade him away.
Yeah, I'd rather have Tyler Boyd or Sample like on that team, and then another Brown, OBJ. I don't think Baker's gonna do well. I think it's gonna be a lot of Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Like, I just think they're going to pound the rock against Washington. And last guy, many people probably aren't starting him anyway, but I just threw Henry Ruggs down there at the Patriots. Just don't do it. Just don't play Henry Ruggs.
Well, you think he'll get shadowed too?
Nobody but Darren Waller did anything for the Raiders. Like, last night, yeah. I just don't want him. Who's your tight ends?
So, I cannot believe I overlooked this guy last week. Jordan Reed with George Kittle out. Jordan Reed, I've been big on this guy since he's came into the league. I've always thought his talent was top 5, maybe the best tight end in the league. If he could stay healthy. That was always his problem. He plays one game, gets hurt, the rest of the season, and he would do that. But, yeah, you can't not recognize the potential that he has if he doesn't get hurt. So if no George Kittle, I'm definitely starting Reed. I'm targeting him in the waiver wire if he's still out there, and I'm plugging him and playing him.
Yeah, that's a great play. That's important. You said that too. Waiver wire, yeah. Jordan Reed, go get him.
And it's even worth it, even if he only plays one more week.
It's worth it. Just pick him up. He's gonna torch the Giants. My stardom is Gesicki. The guy just went off last week against a decent Bills defense.
Yeah.
He's playing Jacksonville, and I have him on one team, and I have Evan Ingram, and I'm playing Gesicki over him. Like, I'm just starting him. Who's your sit?
My sit-em this week is T.J. Hawkinson.
Oh,
boy. I know, it's so sad. You know what's more sad? That Hawkinson doesn't have like a predominant, like a dominant fantasy season going so far, but he's leading receiving yards in Detroit right now.
Yeah, that's how bad Marvin Jones and that receiving core has been without Kenny Golladay.
Yeah, and I feel like everyone will take a step up when Golladay comes back because it'll take all that pressure off of these guys.
Yeah,
But-
I mean,
but
they'll
right
roll
now-
coverage to him.
But right now, I'm sitting T.J. Hawkinson.
Yeah, my guy, you're never going to sit him, but he's not going to do what he did last night. Darren Waller. Say what you want about Bill Belichick. He usually takes your best weapon away on offense.
Yes.
And Darren Waller is not getting 100 catches Sunday. That's just
He might
not
have
happening.
like 3 or 4 guys on him.
He might. Who's your streaming defense?
I've been going with since what I've seen, I'm gonna go with whoever plays the Jets. So this week, the Colts defense, and they probably will be out in the waiver wire too. So you could go pick them up.
Yeah, that's a good pickup. Yeah, the Jets are just a dumpster fire.
What's going on? No one knows what's going on out there.
No, Adam Gase doesn't know what's going on. He just needs to be fired. But mine is I picked him up last week in a league, and I'm playing him against the Bucks at Denver. The Bucks defense looked solid. Like
Yeah,
Jeff Driscoll, they signed Blake Bortles. Denver did.
Oh, Blake Bortles.
I hope he starts.
I don't know how he beats Driscoll out.
No, he won't. But I just like the Bucks at Denver. Yeah, those are the start-em sit-ems this week.
Oh, don't start the Ravens defense.
Oh yeah,
Don't do
that's
that.
smart. Yeah, don't do that. Do not start them.
So moving on to our betting.
Let's let them know how we did last week. As we're gonna keep track
So we were
together.
5-3.
5-3 solid. 5-3 solid.
I didn't feel good about it.
I mean, I'll take 5-3 all day.
Yeah,
That's all right. We'll go 8-0 this week.
let's do it.
All right, who's your first one?
I mean, I don't have the Lions in any of my picks, so
Oh,
I
that's
feel
all
way
right.
more confident about this.
Oh, that's all right. I do. So.
Oh, that's too bad. So I have Washington +7 versus the Browns. I feel that Vegas has a lot of confidence in the Browns after the Bengals, after they beat the Bengals, and I still don't.
Yeah, I feel like Vegas. I feel like they lost confidence in Washington after last week, after getting destroyed by the Cardinals. So
yeah,
like I think
the Cardinals are a really good team.
they are a really good team, but yeah, I mean that game. I could. It's high.
It's a lot of
It's a
points,
lot
yeah.
of points. Yeah, I'd probably take Washington. I just never know what I'm gonna get with Dwayne Haskins from week to week. I'm like,
I'm banking on the Washington defense shut down.
no, I could see that.
And Baker.
My first one, your boys. I'm rolling with the Cardinals all year, especially at home. -5.5 against Detroit at home. Book it. Especially if Kenny Golladay doesn't play. I think he will, but I still think they're covering just because I do not believe in that Detroit defense. I think they're going to get down early.
They're going to get down early. And this year, Detroit's offense hasn't been able to make up the spread. So I think they'll have a lot of games that they're going to get blown out too.
Yeah, I'll take the Cardinals. I like that bet. What's your next one?
I like the Chiefs +3.5 against the Ravens. I don't like how the Chiefs are underdogs in that game. Like, I just don't understand. So when I see that, I'm smashing that.
No, that's good. That's a good play. I would take that bet now because that line is going to go down. Like, money's going to come in on the Chiefs. I wouldn't be surprised if that's closer to pick 'em by game day. My second one, Titans. -2.5 at the Vikings. I just think they're the better team. Vikings are a dumpster fire, too.
They really are.
I just think the Titans, I know it's on the road, but I don't care. I'm just taking the Titans to beat the Vikings flat out.
Yeah, Titans have shown well, and without Derrick Henry looking good.
Yeah, he hasn't even scored this year yet.
So, and he probably will get going against the Vikings.
I think he will, too.
So, one other one I had, Packers +3 versus the Saints. The Saints look terrible. Nothing
did.
about that game gave me any faith in them going forward.
Yeah, I just have no faith in them without Michael Thomas. Like, if Michael Thomas doesn't play, that's a smash him. And even if he does, I just don't think you're going to be healthy coming off a high ankle sprain.
No,
Like,
that's
those are tricky. Yeah, I love the Packers +3.
Well, I know you would love
Well,
that.
of course. They're covering a lot this year.
Oh, they did.
Yeah. My next game, I'm taking Atlanta at home -3.5 against the Bears. I think this is where the wheels fall off for Mitchell Trubisky on the road. The Bears have played an easy schedule so far. Atlanta, yeah, they've blown some games, but they're a good offense. Like, they're a good team offensively. Defensively, no, but the Bears are not good offensively. I just don't think they're going to keep up. I've got Atlanta.
Yeah. So my gimme, the one that you should absolutely take, is Vegas +6.5. Not the city, but the Raiders. Can't be taking everyone else's bets. You gotta bet Raiders. All right, Raiders +6.5 versus the Patriots.
Man, you don't think the Patriots can blow out the Raiders though?
No. Did you watch the same game? I mean, as I did, they looked really good.
I watched Cam Newton look really good in Seattle too.
That's true.
I think that game's either going to be close. That game's either going to be like a 3-4 point game, or it's going to be a blowout, like by like 2 touchdowns or more.
Oh man, if I flip this coin, it's going to be a heads or tails.
I just hate.
What a hot take.
I just hate betting on the road. Like the Patriots at home. I just think Cam Newton looks really good. So we'll see. My guarantee, smash this. Pittsburgh -3.5 at home. I can't believe that line's 3.5 against Houston. I think they're going to cover that easily.
Oh, I can see that being a blowout.
Yeah, I'll smash that. I couldn't believe that wasn't like 5 or 6. But
Well, it's definitely going to rise.
yeah, but lock those in. We're going 8-0 this week. Book that.
Don't put it in a parlay, though. I haven't had a lot of luck in those parlays.
Speak for yourself. I had a good one. All
right. Time for reaching or preaching?
Yeah, no, so it's your turn this week. What are you reaching or preaching about?
Oh, man. I'm preaching a lot of faith and the San Francisco quarterback. I say that because I'm not sure if Jimmy G starts, but even if Nick Mullins starts, I think fantasy-wise he's scoring 20-plus points. 20 points or more.
20 points or more. All right, I'll take it. You're reaching.
Right.
You're reaching. Nick Mullins is going to get like 15.
He's going to get 19 and then go down. Well, all right. And then so whoever loses this week gets to eat a spoonful of taco meat with a splash of hot sauce.
Is that what we're doing?
Huh?
Oh, I didn't know we were doing that one.
Oh, which one?
I thought we were doing the bet.
Oh,
for
okay.
the viewers.
Okay, no, we could do that.
See what you're doing? Yeah.
I just go off. I do my own thing. All right, so this week, whoever loses, we're going to put a $20 bet
Yeah, we'll do 20.
against whoever comments first on whatever bet you want. $20.
On the post coming up.
So you get to pick whatever you want to put a bet on, and we have to take it.
Football-wise.
Football-wise.
Yeah. It can be anything.
Fantasy points, who wins, the spread. Yeah, you can't. And to elaborate, yeah, the spread has to be what, like Vegas' spread, like a bookie. You have to show it, or we'll look it up.
Yeah, but yeah, it's basically free $20 from one of us. So comment on that.
Yep. Well, until next time, stay fair from KC. happens when you reach.